Yeah. Since 2019, we've been building mindset and purpose for real estate agents, entrepreneurs, leaders, people becoming more than they were yesterday.
Monday through Friday we rise. We win the morning, we win the mind. Faith over fear, pressure into purpose. Confidence built through the work. Something good is gonna happen to me. Something good is gonna happen to me. I don't need all the answers, I just need belief. Becoming who I'm called to be. Making impact bigger than me. God first, doubt steps back. When it gets heavy, we figure it out. You're not here by accident, you're part of the story. Stepping strong, stepping faith. Let's get your mindset right.
Good morning, everybody. Good morning to you all. Happy Tuesday. I had to think about that. Happy Tuesday. Heather, welcome back, Heather. It's like I just had to double check. Who can come on video today? Who can come on video today? Like Chet, Jennifer, David, Michelle, Heather, John, Jesse. Come on now, come on video. Unless you're walking around naked, you could be on video here today. Just being honest with y'all. Some of you are like, shit, I'm not even dressed. I'm not even ready to go. There's Michael. There's Michael showing up right there. Who else is going to show up? Chat's on video too. I'm having to scroll through to see who can we get on video today. Stacy, D. Now we're getting there. Donna. I love Donna's coming in now. I'm going to get y'all. I'm going to get Joe, Paul, Latrice, Rosario. I see you all. I'm looking. Steve, what up, brother? Good morning, David. Good morning, Kevin, Sherry, Tiffany, Dennis, Kat. What's going on? Say good morning. Say good morning in the chat. Oh, say good morning in the chat. Today, John Hart is going to be kind of like one of those. I'm a little nervous. I'm a little nervous about today, Michelle. Yeah, I know, Michelle. I pick up my head too. If I'm nervous, it's a little nerve wracking over here because I'm about to read. So I'm going to be vulnerable. But Michelle tells us we all have a story to share, and I wrote a poem. I guess I got it from my dad. My dad inspired me, and I was like, why don't I write a poem? Well, after today, after today, it might be my last poem that I write. But I got a poem. I don't know when I'm going to read it to y'all at some point tonight because I'm not too sure where it is. And we might end this call at 8:30. I might read this poem and everybody might be like, all right, Brock, well, that was great. Just stick to podcast, okay? Just stick to the other stuff you do. Poem is not it. I don't know. We'll see what happens. But something that's been resonating with me and things that I've been hearing with people. Um, I'm very, very thankful. I don't know. God's put something inside of me, telling me I need to do something big. So I did. I did something really big. Got a little bold. I'm going to do the affirmation. Just hold on, everybody. But I want to share my news, my excitement, because I just got confirmation. Oh, Jay just wants us to do our affirmation. So I guess we're gonna no, Jay turned off the affirmation. So we're gonna come back here to my announcement. So on July 24th, put it on your calendar. I just got the official word. I'm very, very excited to have one of the largest CEOs in the real estate ownership. And I went and I was a little ballsy. Let's just call it how it is. All how many of you are kind of limiting beliefs, living small? I listened to people and I was like, I'm living small. I just need to start asking people, not be scared that people are going to turn me down. So I went in and I do have a relationship with this person, but not at the level of asking him to come on my podcast show and be a guest on here. But I got my CEO of my company, Real, who just purchased Remax. He does have a lot more money than me because that purchase was like $530 million, and I have about $5. So I'm very excited that Tamir on July 24th is going to be our guest, and I'm going to be asking him questions on figuring it out. So very excited to have him, which then resonates into me that I'm going to be asking Leo, not the Leo, my dog, but Leo is the CEO of EXP, which then also brings me that I'm also asking Mel Robbins, yes, the one who wrote the book. I'm asking her to come on this podcast. So I decided to raise my bar, and I want to know if anybody else on here is willing to raise their bar. And if they are, I want them to put me in the chat. And I want you to be serious though. Like don't do it if you're going to half-ass it. I want you to be serious that you're really going to raise the bar and do something that everybody thinks you're silly, you're stupid, what are you doing? But you're tired of being tired, because that's the name of my poem. I'm tired. And so I want to see who really wants to take it to the next level. And to it's okay to be scared. I mean, I was nervous wreck when I like sent the message to Tamir, and I was just like, I mean, I'm a little peon all. I mean, let's just be honest, okay? Like, as much as I love all the people that are on here, I mean, I don't have thousands of people on here. I don't have hundreds of people that are on here in the morning. I mean, yes, we're thankful we have 1,300 people on my Facebook, but like, I'm no podcaster, like viral, got millions of followers and everything else. And he's on some of those other podcast shows that have like millions of people watching and following, but it's about showing up. You don't know until you ask. And that's what it's all about. And I don't know, maybe there's somebody on here that's got an author or somebody that's big that I need to have a conversation with to be like, hey, let's bring on that person. Because we all have a story to share, and that's the most important thing. And that's what led me into my poem, I'm Tired. But before we get into that poem that we got over here, let's go to our affirmation because most people put me's in the chat. So let me just go back. Let me look because my chat wasn't open. Okay, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. How we show up, snapping fingers in the chat. There you go, chat. Wow, wow. I don't know what people are saying, wow, wow, but I like that. Wow, wow, me. Mel Robbins is coming. I like that. You just put that in the universe. I'm just going through me. Not yet, not yet, Latrice. I don't know. You already asked me to do that. And oh, we got a public speaker from Ireland. I love it. Good morning. Yay. All right. Went through all the chats. Chats, check. Now, let's get into our affirmation. David, get yourself freaking fired up, David. I see you over here. There you go, buddy. All right, everybody come off of mute, come off of mute on the count of three. If this is your first time doing it, you better freaking show up and get ready to blow it out. Make people think you're weird. Open up your windows. Wake up your kids. On the count of three, we're all saying it together. We're all saying it together. Jay, Enrica, you two, get off of mute. Everybody's doing it. On the count of three, one, two, three.
Something
Something
good
good
is
is
going to
going to
happen
happen
for
to
me.
me.
Something
Something
good
good
is
is
going to
going to
happen for
happen
me.
for
To
me.
me.
Right.
Be huge.
That was just simply beautiful. It's like music, I tell you, John Hart. Music, I tell you. Stacy's pumped over there. I like that, Stacy. Jackie's pumped. Tim, Dawn, Fred. What up, Fred? All right. Kim's here. We got iPhone 4. iPhone 4. Shout out to iPhone 4 here today. I love when the iPhones are here. I had some guy yesterday tell me that he can't stand my Android phone. And he said, and then yesterday he told me because I was reaching out to him, I was texting him and he couldn't get back to me. And he said to me, he goes, sorry, I was having some tower issues. Verizon had some tower issues, I guess, with his phone. I said, you know what, bud? Android didn't have any problems. Android had zero problems. But you know what? You take your little fruit phone and you keep having your problems. So to all you Apple people out there, just keep eating your fruit because the Android was going strong when his wasn't. So it's always a running joke between me, Drew, and I, and for others with the Apple phones and everything else. Eventually, at some point, maybe we come all together on the phone system. You never know, though. But it's like a foreign object. You give me, like literally, Bryce. I didn't give him a phone, but he has a phone, so that way I can keep track of him when and his is an Apple phone. I don't even know how to use the thing. I'm just like, I don't know, Bryce. You're gonna have to go ask Braille because I have no idea how to use it. So anyway, so here it is. So part of the poem, not part of the poem, just behind the scenes of the poem. The poem is called I'm Tired. And maybe it resonates with somebody on here. I gotta believe it will in some capacity, in some way of, just in life, sometimes we get tired. And I'm at a season of my life when I started to write this down. And so here was the vision behind it. Anybody tends to do something if you're like, you like to write. I don't even like to write also, for crying out loud. I don't even like to write, but I like to dream. How many of you like to dream? Put dream in the chat if you like to dream. I dream about crazy things all. I love to dream. Sometimes I dream and I'll be on my 12%, 3.2 mile an hour, 30-minute conditioning I do each morning, and it'll be like 33 minutes that I'm on there. I'm like, damn, I got lost in my dream. How many of you got lost in a dream before? That you're just dreaming and it is so good and it's just like you can taste it. I remember my football coach when I played in college. He gave us t-shirts and on the front was the logo of our team, played at Cortland State in New York. And on the back of the shirt it said, taste it, taste it. And I love that. I still to this day remember it. I don't even know if my head coach is alive. I need to ask. Maybe I'll ask him to be on my podcast show. But I remember him saying, just taste it. Taste winning. Taste being in the playoffs. Taste going to the championship game. Taste it what it is. And so I think sometimes in life that, you do need a dream. And I can feel the dream. And next week, Peter, I'm actually going to the beach and I'm about to say something all that's gonna just kind of I said it on the prayer call, but I'm just gonna put it out in the universe now. I've never done this. But I want you to think about something you've never done that's kind of off the wall. Now, mine might sound really silly, but for those that know me, I'm very, very routine and I'm very disciplined on some of my stuff that I do. Not some, but most of my stuff. And my daughter's 14, and there's going to be some time periods that she doesn't really like to hang out with me very much. And I'm like, well, that really sucks. And when I get her, because I only get my kids 50% of the time. So, like, the 50% of the time I get her, you know what she's saying to me, Michelle? Dad, can I go to my friend's house? Dad, can somebody come over here? Dad, can I go over here? Dad, can I go over here? I'm like, what about dad? Why don't you, like, come over with dad? Like, you want to hang out with dad? So she doesn't want to hang out with dad. So I even get littler. I get smaller time. Bryce, 8 years old. It's going to be 8. He loves me. He really does. He loves hanging out with me. I'm a cool guy, and we're constantly doing something together. So next week, I go to the beach, and my kids have never seen me take a morning off that I don't do the show. I don't do the prayer call. I'm always, I'm always in between, they know between 8 and 9:15. I do this show in some capacity. I do a team. I'm doing work during that time. So I never really get to enjoy the beach fully in the morning. In the morning is my favorite time period. And so I have prayed about it for last year, not last year, last month. And so next week I will be taking off. I'm actually going to fully disconnect from myself and I am going to spend time with my family and my kids in the morning so that way I can like not have to leave the beach and race back or do whatever it is that I'm supposed to do. And I will at some point later on when it's convenient for me, but I'm going to spend time with my family. I'm going to spend time with my kids and I'm going to ask Bryce to go on bike rides and on the walks in the morning that I normally don't get to do. Or I don't get to make them breakfast because I'm like, I don't have time to make pancakes. So you guys got to have muffins and here you go. So I'm very excited to do that. Um, Michael's still excited. He's not on, he's still off of mute. He's like ready to rock and roll over there. And um, so that's one of the things I'm very, very excited about. I'm not excited. I'm also a little nervous about it, but I just got tired of, you know, I'm gonna be honest with you. Doing the show is tiring. Every single morning to be here at 8:15 to be able to make sure that I get the flyers taken care of, our guests are taken care of, the profiles are taken care of, bios are taken care of, our recordings are taken care of. Like, there's a lot that goes onto the show. So I was just like, I was going through all the things that I'm tired. How many of you put tired in the chat? There's certain things in your life that you're tired, that you're just downright tired. And when I read the poem today, maybe there's something in here that you're tired about. And it doesn't mean that it's negative. And that was kind of the humble pie that I was eating. Like when I share with you, these are things that I feel. These are things that resonated with me. These are things that like truly I felt like I gotta believe when I read this, somebody else is gonna be like, oh, that's me. Oh, damn, that's me again. Because every single one of these things I have felt. I have felt that. So when I read this poem, I want you, for those that are able to kind of type at the same time and listen, I want you to drop a me in the chat. And I don't care if you drop 10 me's in the chat because I said 10 things that resonated with you in this. Because when you understand the moment that I really transitioned, when I was in AA, I felt like a loser because I didn't think anybody else thought the way that I thought. I'm like, man, nobody's drinking a bottle of wine in the morning. Like these guys are gonna think I'm idiots. I'm like, I'm not too sure about this. Like maybe a bottle of wine's okay. Maybe I'm overreacting. Right? This is what goes on to an addict's head when you're struggling and you're handcuffed into drinking. And there's many moments all during my drinking phase, like I was tired of drinking, but I would still drink because that was my out. I was like, there's got to be an easier way. And then I went to vodka and orange juice. Maybe I'd switch it up. I was like, I'm gonna be like, people are gonna think I'm crazy. And when I go into those rooms, guess what? They got the same challenges. I didn't feel alone. And there's people on here that might be going through something that they're scared to say to somebody on here, whether it's financially, addiction, drinking, whatever it might be. Just know that you're not alone. And I wasn't alone at all. It was just a different drink another person was picking up with a different name attached to it in a different house. That's all it was. They all had the same challenges in some capacity. I sat down next to a guy in one of the meat rooms that had a shotgun in his mouth. I remember looking at him like, damn, you really had it bad. But that was, but he was humble. He understood. He surrendered. And so when I read this morning, whatever comes to you, whether you're putting 10 me's, 1 me, no me's, 20 me's, maybe you're writing things down. I don't even know. Some of you might think this poem's the stupidest poem in the world, and that's fine too. Like I get a little nervous about it. But at the same token, as Tim was saying, and we talked about, I'm getting ready to pull this back out again about my T-shirt that I wrote of that I had of I am becoming. It's part of the process. So if you're all ready, take my sip of coffee here. And I'm going to read to you my poem called I'm Tired. Says this: sometimes in life, nothing changes if nothing changes. But what nobody tells you is that change can make you tired. I'm tired of chasing business, tired of feeling behind, tired of reaching for goals that keep moving further down the road. I'm tired of checking the bank account. I'm tired of waiting for the next dollar. I'm tired of only bills coming in the mailbox and dreams that have cost me more than I have. I'm tired of wanting financial freedom while still fighting financial pressures. I'm tired of the diet. I'm tired of the gym. I'm tired of waking up early when my body just wants to lay back down. I'm tired of one more push up, one more page to read, one more prayer to say, one more promise to myself that today I'll be better. I'm tired of the affirmations. I'm tired of the gratitude lists. I'm tired of learning something new when I barely feel like I've mastered the old. I'm tired of working on my relationships, tired of saying sorry, tired of trying to be present at home when my mind is still carrying the weight of work. I'm tired of feeling like I don't play enough with my kids. I'm tired of saying not right now. Tired of knowing time is moving, whether I'm ready or not. I'm tired of the house needing work, the lawn, the chores, the car, the gas, the little things that somehow become heavy things. I'm tired of feeling like I should give more, serve more, volunteer more, show up more, be more. Some days, I'm just tired of being tired. At this moment is when I remember this. I'm not tired of becoming. I'm not tired of growing. I'm not tired of fighting for my family. I'm not tired of building the future God placed inside of me. I'm not tired of the process because the process is shaping me. The process is stretching me. The process is teaching me that winning is not always loud. Sometimes winning is waking up again, praying again, trying again, forgiving again, showing up again. So, yes, I'm tired, but I'm still moving. I'm still believing. I'm still building. I'm still becoming. Because I've learned I might be tired in the process, but I'm not tired of the person the process is turning me into. The end. So that is my poem, and what made me talk about my shirt, I Am Becoming. And so thank you. Thank you. So I'm working on what I'm going to do with the poem next, and I'll put it on the, once I get it all where I want it to be, I'll put it on the Facebook group. But it's just, and I appreciate all the me. So once again, it showcases that we're not alone in this. And I get emotional because when I read it, I like, how many times do I tell Bryce, not now, Bryce, I don't have time right now. Brielle, I'll be there with you in a minute. I can't play basketball. I got to go do this. I got to get this email out. I got to do this report. And hence why I shared with you all why I want to take time next week. Because not only do I deserve it, but my kids deserve it. And so I want you to reflect. And I love the line that Jim Rohn says that it's not the money you make, the $1,000,000 you get to. It's the process of the person you are becoming during that process. When I was drinking wine, I'm not going to tell you all the stuff I would drink in the morning. I was a different person. my the kid's mom, I don't like saying ex-wife. It just seems negative. So my former wife, you know, it took a long time. My divorce was 5 years all. Talk about tired. I was tired. I was broke. And I remember she said to me, she's like, you actually have changed. Not all the way, but you've changed. And let me tell you, for her to say that, for those of us that have been divorced, for those of us who've gone through some challenges or anything else like that, it's hard. But nothing changes if nothing changes. But it's tiring because you might be like, I'm willing to change. And we're willing to change for a short period of time. And then we get back to the tiredness, the mundane. And that's why I love you all. But at the same token, it's very hard because like it's tough. I get tired of doing it every single day. I get tired of going to the gym every single day. I get tired of having to show up every single day. But it's in that moment that you're becoming a better person of yourself, a better version of yourself. So anybody on here is thinking about like, it's okay to rest. Kobe Bryant used to say, it's okay to rest, just don't stop. So I would say to you, if you're in that moment, I missed it. I was supposed to do this earlier. I told myself I put my cell phone on there because every single day I did it. I want to lead. I want somebody to have my cell phone to be like, you know what, man, I really appreciated today. I needed that today. And you can text me. Many times people say, this is really your cell phone? I'm like, yeah, that's my cell phone. You can call me. I will. I might not pick it up every single time. And I might not call you back like Paul, but I will make a note of it and call you back at some point. Why? Because there could be something I could say or you could say to me that could help me through the process that I'm in. So whatever process you're in, whatever tiredness you might be going through, just know to keep showing up. And if you can't do it for you, do it for somebody else until you can get to the point to do it for yourself. Because it's okay to be selfish. Because they told me that if I decide not to be selfish and I pick up a drink, all bets are off. So I have to be selfish. I have to put my oxygen mask on first. It's important because then you can go help other people. And that's what this show is all about. That's what this community and this Facebook group is. So if I was able to help you in some way today, if my poem really meant something to you, I ask you to put a 10 in the chat, to put it in there that you really were able and you're willing to go help somebody else out. And maybe there's a story or a poem inside of you that you have, that you've been holding back. I mean, I felt silly when I was writing the poem and going through it. But where it came from were the Wheel of Life by Zig Ziglar. And I took all his spokes and I went through and I said, where am I tired? And all these wheels of life. Because if those spokes are on a full circle, guess what? The wheel doesn't go round. And Chad Free talked about that at one point, that many of us have a flat tire. Many of us have a spoke that's really short and it's a bumpy ride. But it's okay. Because if you continue to pour into yourself and work on yourself and overcome the tiredness, that you will be a better version of yourself on the other side. And I'm living proof of it. Because at any given point that I decide to stop, the show wouldn't be here. We've talked about that. And it really resonated with me. I think when Colin said it. I've met so many amazing people on here. And some of you have met amazing people through this. So I appreciate you all this morning. If, I don't know, I guess if you want a copy of this when I'm done with it, put your email in the chat. The easiest way to do it is put your email in the chat if you want a copy of my poem when it's all said and done, and I will send you a copy of it. Michael, yes, go ahead.
Well, first of all, thank you for being vulnerable. Um, when you're reading that, though, too, is that you wouldn't be where you're at today, Brock, if you were tired. You were tired of drinking way back when.
Hmm.
And as you're reading your poem, I'm thinking about footprints in the sand.
Mm.
Because when you're tired, when we're tired, and if we have Jesus in our heart, it's really Him that's carrying us through. And sometimes we're just going through the motions of slow motion, whatever you want to call it. But you're still getting up, answering the call. And for all the work that you've done throughout this time and the effort since you became quote unquote sober, I knew you back then. You are a different man. You are a man that we want to hang out with and be with, and you're a man of God. And remember a while back though too, and you have Brock Zevon, coach, um, the things that you say after your name. And I said,
Hmm.
I think you should put being a dad first.
I remember you saying that. Yeah.
Yeah. So do not ever feel guilty about taking time off. Family first. So thank
Amen.
you for sharing. And I did get a lot out because I have a similar walk of life as you do. And I'm tired as well. And we've talked about it. So thank you again.
Thank you, brother. Love you, man. Appreciate you.
Thank you, Mark. Love you too, buddy.
Paul, I saw your hand up. If anybody's got their hand up, you can put your hand up. If you got to go, I understand we're past time. So go ahead, Paul.
Hey man, only you and I know this because I was there that fateful day that you had the golfing accident.
Yes, yes, you were. You were, I tell you, man, I can't thank you enough for taking care of me on that blood scene that we had on hole 14.
Well, a couple things stood out that day that no one else, and you may not even remember, from the point I started running up the hill because I knew there was a problem to us driving back in the golf cart and me not knowing if you were going to fall out or go unconscious or whatever. And the first two concerns you had, in my opinion, speak volumes of yourself because as you're clinging to consciousness or wherever your mind was or your body was, as this trauma was taking place, the the immediate two things that you were concerned about was first of all is who was going to pick up Bryce from the bus stop because we were over an hour away, both of us, and that was your first concern, and you were frantic. You're like, I've got to get a hold of my mom. I got to get a hold of somebody. So you weren't concerned about yourself. You were concerned about Bryce and who was going to pick him up from the bus stop. That was number one. Number two was is that you were going to be on a show with over 50 investors on it, and you were the guest speaker at 7 o'clock. And this
Hmm.
happened about 2:33. So the ambulance is coming. We don't know if you're going to be in the hospital. We don't know if you're going to be able to make it back. And I said something to you. I was like, "So what are you going to do about the show at 7?" And verbatim, you said, "Do you remember?"
No.
You said, I'm going to do what I always do. I'm going to show up.
Mm. Yep.
So, when I hear your poem today, I mean, that's coming from a place of, when you're in your unforeseen moment, God is trying to slow you down. I mean, you're still thinking about others before yourself. And it brings my heart great joy to hear you read that poem and come to a place where you know what I'm going to take some time for me and my family and everybody else is going to be okay. So I'm happy for you, man. Thank you.
Thanks, brother. I appreciate you. I love you, Paul. Yeah, that was a very um I'm in real quick. The reason why, well, one is Bryce and I talked about it several times that morning when I was going golfing, and I told him verbatim. I said, Bryce, nothing is going to happen to me, because he was so nervous about the bus because I had to take him because I was going to be late from where the drive was. And he's like, well, Dad, what happens if there's traffic? I said, Bryce, well, I'm going to leave enough time for this traffic. Well, Dad, what happens if there's an accident? I said, no, Bryce, we're going to be fine. Like, nothing is going to happen to me. But Dad, what happens if something does happen to you? And I had to say it 4 times. Nothing is going to happen to me. And when it hit my head, that was I go, oh my God, this is what happened to me. I said, I gotta figure this out to like, so I remember when the ambulance came, I was like, what does it look like? And he goes, so can you, he looked at Paul, he's like, could you give him a ride home? And we're like, I live an hour and a half that way. I live an hour and a half that way. Like, I gotta drive. Um, and I didn't tell the people on the podcast show because if you tell people, they're going to come from comfort. And that's why my mom, when I talk to my mom, I only tell her certain things because my mom's going to come from comfort. Take it easy, go rest, relax. You're burning the candle on both ends. So I knew if I told the podcast people and I shared them my story, guess what they would have told me? You don't need to come. You don't need to be on here. And so that's why I filter. And since then, I've been on the show twice. Several of you have been on here. And I've probably put in 8 offers across the country on wholesale business because I showed up. So there could be areas of your life that you got to fight through in some capacity, in some way. I'm not telling you need to hit your head with a golf ball and show up, how silly you could be, but show up in those places, show up in those moments in some capacity, in some way, on what that looks like. And if you are interested in speaking next week, because I do have a spot that's open, I want you to personally reach out to me. I want you to send me a voice note. I want you to tell me why you should be a speaker on here. I can't promise you, because I do have a couple people. But maybe this is your moment that you've been wanting to do a podcast and you've been wanting to get on here. And it will be on Tuesday because you will have to speak on my behalf. So maybe there's somebody on here who's been thinking about humming over it. So send me a voice note and tell me why you should be a speaker on the show and overcome that limiting belief, that scariness of having to do it, just like I did with Tamir. So guys, I know I went way over today, but I appreciate y'all. I hope everybody has a phenomenal day in some capacity, in some way. If it moved you, if it resonated with you, drop a 5 in the chat, the last 5 of the chat of the day. I appreciate you all. Thank you all so very much for being on here. Thank you all for all your emails. I saw you all. I will make sure that I get you my poem so that way you have it and read it, share it, feel it, come from yourself. Maybe change it up, whatever that look like for you. Guys, thank you so very much. I love you all. God bless you all. I will be here the rest of the week, but I will not be speaking until in 2 weeks. So I appreciate you all. God bless you. Have an amazing day. Till then, see ya.